All right, and I believe we are live. Welcome everyone to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vays, coming to you at a more reasonable hour. Maybe not for those in Europe, but the United States, the American region, and Asia and Australia should be all good to go. Let me just pull out your live chat. And we are gonna go ahead and get started. All right. I'm gonna go straight to screen share. Not much to announce. I got the Hyperwave Theory book right next to me. I got my other books handy as well, but that's the main one. I need to get to reading that soon. Unfortunately, been too busy trading. All right, your chat's out. That is closed, and that goes here. Okay, and we are good to go. Forgot to announce in my channels that I am live. I am live. And one more. Live. All right, here we go. Let's go into screen share. Hope you guys caught me on Socrates' channel earlier today, but if not, we're going to review it all. So here we go. I'm kicking it off with the website. And on the website, here it is. The only course I'm currently offering is, need a liquid. The only course I'm currently offering is the options course. It is 3 jam-packed days of 7 hours each day. The time of the course is 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. on the west coast of the US. That is when we are doing it. You can click on the details for the description, or you can go ahead and register. That's it. If you want to support, check out the affiliate page. And of course, we are going to Bali first week of November. All right. Charts. Let's go to Bitcoin. We'll kick it off with Bitcoin. We're going to look at the highest level version of Bitcoin. This is the Hyperwave of Bitcoin. Here's the Hyperwave book. You can see the sections 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are currently in phase 7. Now, according to Tyler Jenks, phase 7 is supposed to lead us down to the $800 to $1,000 area. I do not believe that we will get there. I don't at all. Okay. I believe that this low is in. I believe that we will not go below this green line. This green line is approximately where the 200-week moving average is. They are about one and the same. This blue line is very, very important to me. It's important to me because this was the $7,600 area has been very critical to Bitcoin in forever. And therefore, I think we're going to keep oscillating around this line and into the peak of the triangle, and we will probably break out sometime late this year. That's the big picture. Let's go to the weekly picture. We are pulling back. This looked a lot better earlier. Let's take a look at our oscillators. The RSI has turned and is no longer looking as bullish as it did last week. Not good. Let's look at the MACD. The MACD is also not looking very good. We are a smidge away from completely, well, we are actually below the prior swing low on the MACD. The MACD is also below the zero line. We have never had this kind of situation where it crossed over and then looked very bullish and then crossed over again. I do not see that historically. Every time it has, this didn't cross over as big as that. It happened right here on the low side, and then it really took off to the upside. So now if it happened on the upside, is it going to take off on the downside? I don't believe that it will. I think we are going to cross over sometime in late this summer. Probably go down a little more, maybe not. It will probably consolidate. I can certainly see one of these. I can see the MACD doing this. How long did this last? This was from July into November. that's about right. So we can say from May instead of July, into October. That sounds about right. Oh, wait. The CMF, favoring the bears a little bit, but I do see some divergence here. So that's a good sign. Oh, sorry, not divergence, confirmation. No, wait, I'm sorry, divergence. Yeah, that's divergence. The price was higher. This was lower. Now this is higher, price is lower. Yeah. Boom. Divergence. That is a good sign for the bulls. Now the price action tells you not to trade. We have a green 3. It is not above a green 2. The green 2 is not above a green 1. And we need a price flip to a red 1, which will still be a no trade candle. So as of right now, I'm not anticipating any kind of sign on the weekly. Someone is telling me that the MACD is similar to how it looked in 2014. Let's see. Have to zoom in a little bit here. 2014. Oh, bam. That didn't end well, did it? That did not end well at all. Not at all. This was the big capitulation in Bitcoin when it crashed down to $150. This was the second capitulation in Bitcoin when it crashed to $160. But look how much higher the MACD was. If this is where the MACD is today, ooh, that is not good. But we are way closer to the halving than we were back then. Remember, 2014 was very, very close to the top. We were only what, 8 months into the bear market. Right now, we are 27 months into the bear market, which I think ended. So not exactly the same. And the halving was still 2 years away, where right now the halving is only 20 days away. So I think we are in much better shape than we were in 2014. Let's get out of there. All right, price action, neutral, nothing useful, daily, boom. I drew this triangle earlier today, and like I said, this triangle ain't gonna last very long. Bitcoin needs to break out and break out immediately. Now, what I guess it's not really gonna help. If I move this triangle to here, it improves a little. It doesn't improve much, but it allows me to do this. So this is how we move the goalpost once again and adjust the triangle in order to fit the Tone Vays bullish case, because Tone Vays is bullish, and I will come up with any kind of TA I can to justify my bullish case. Not exactly true, but that's kind of what we do. So I do see this as a potential triangle. It fits my definition of a triangle. I'm breaking the rules a little bit here. And I technically would like one more touch and bounce, but I like this. It's not ideal. It's not great, but it shows me a bullish case, which I would like to believe in. The BitMax funding rate is favoring the bulls once again. That's a good sign. The RSI, not useful. The MACD, it's starting to favor the bears. A few more down days, it's going to favor the bears. Thank you, Tom, for your little donation. Much appreciated. All right, got a couple of questions. How should new Bitcoiners build a HODL position? Should I just buy or wait for an entry? It's really up to you. It's not up to me to say. When I wanted to buy Bitcoin, I just went out and bought. I wasn't trading. I just went out and bought. More important. If you really want Bitcoin, you'll figure out how to get it. Tone, I hope you held your Tesla short. We gotta talk about that. Can you look at the 10-year note? Futures. Okay, I guess. Do you believe that if the 10-year yield plummets, stocks will fall under pressure? No, I don't. I do not believe that. All right, we'll get to the 10-year note. I have to remember that. ZN, I think I have ZN. Yeah, we're going to talk about Tesla. Maybe for the last time ever. God, I was so frustrated with that trade. Commodities. ZN. I have ZB. Isn't ZB the T-bond futures? T-note. Oh. Okay. There's a difference. Notes are this is the 10-year. Oh, whoa. That's the bond. I think that's the, yeah, this is the, it's the 10-minute chart. Okay. That's the T bond. I think this is the 30-year, and this would be the 10-year. Okay. We'll get to those later. Let's go back to Bitcoin daily. Bitcoin daily. Notice how Bitcoin daily, just like the weekly, is not giving you a trade. We are pulling back, so we could certainly hit the bottom of this new triangle. We have a red 2 did not go below red 1. We have a red 3 did not go below red 2. It's the same thing as the weekly, only the numbers are red instead of green. So no trade zone. Daily, weekly, no trade. 4 hour, not interesting. Consolidating, don't care. Futures, not interesting either. GBTC, the premium went up a little bit. I still think the price can pull back. I'm bearish the stock market right now. I don't want to buy Bitcoin. Shitcoins are doing well, unfortunately. Hash rate still hanging in there. Minor profitability. I'm only going to keep this chart up until the halving, and then I'm going to free up a tab. Shitcoins versus Bitcoin. 2 of them are outperforming the Binance security scam and the BSV scam. Obvious one. Gold. Gold needs some discussion. Gold needs a little. This candle did not look like this earlier. Interesting. And here's silver. Why is the silver chart so much cleaner? How do I get rid of this silly price thing? Is it here? Yes. Okay. So here is gold. Oh boy. So we had a 1, 2, 3, 4-ish correction. Okay, look. If tomorrow gold starts trading above this candle's high, I would potentially be interested in a gold trade. Am I going to take that trade? To be honest, I have so much work to do. I don't want to babysit more trades, but I would consider it. I would consider it. I would even consider lowering it a smidge to the top of that candle, but it has to happen during market open hours, not after market. Okay. So I need to see this line break during liquid hours. The MACD is not good. The CMF is not good. I want to check the weekly chart to make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. And I'm not. The weekly is still bullish. Consensio is looking great. There's no reason to be scared. And I would be willing to take the long trade above that line. Now, silver is not as pretty. Silver has gone down a little more. This candle is a little more damaging. This needs a lot more upswing to get past that high. And therefore, I am less interested in going long silver as I am with gold. So I'm a little more interested in going long gold. Yeah, I'll take a look at the Australian market. I can do that. Okay. I'll try to explain contango. It's not really my specialty. Ugly Old Goat is the expert at contango and backwardation. So let's, oh God, oil. Let's talk about oil last. S&P. Let's talk about the S&P. Do I want to talk about my trading? I don't know. Some people care. Some people don't care. Let's talk about the higher level S&P, and then we'll talk about my personal portfolio. So the MACD is not looking good because it's about to roll over if we keep going down. The RSI is actually not looking half bad, but if this thing keeps falling, it's going to look bad. The 9 could not have been any, well, actually it could have been more perfect. If this candle closed 2 hours earlier, it would have been a lot more perfect. It would have been a 9 with a doji with actually below the moving average. Instead, all we have is a 9. But you know what? I trusted the sequential. I went short at the end of that candle, and I made really good profits on my option trades. So am I still short the S&P is the question. And the answer is yes, but not as short. So I'm still short, but I took half of my profit. Let's talk about why and when and where I took half of my profit. So I entered my trade. This is the 10-minute chart. I entered my trade right here to the short side at the end of day on Friday, but not close enough to the end of day because this occurred. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I saw an opportunity to go short here from a TA perspective. If I didn't take the short trade, I might not have shorted over here. Like a lot of people think, oh, why didn't you short up here? There was a 9 there. Well, this 9 came in the last minute of market trading. And the way this candle closed, I was no longer as confident that of an imminent collapse in the stock here as I was there. But I stuck with my short trade because I was already in it, and it did not, hit my stop loss yet. So I don't regret entering here and then sitting in a losing position, because this is where I realized that the S&P will probably go down, not here, but here. Down we went. So this purple line was just my line of where we're gonna accelerate the drop. It happened. Beautiful textbook, we came, we reversed, we broke this low, and we accelerated down. We back tested this line beautifully. That happened this morning. This was this morning, and it actually bothered me a little bit. This rally early this morning was not, it wasn't very pleasant. But look where the market topped. How often have you guys heard me say that markets top at 10 a.m.? I didn't say it this morning, or I might have said it this morning, but people that took my workshops, people in my Telegram group chat, which you can only get into with access to this, they were watching the 10 a.m. reversal. That's for damn sure. And some people took that trade. Now, where did I take half of my profit on my puts in the S&P 500? Does anybody want to take a guess? But you guys are on a delay. But I will give you the answer to the test. I took my profit at the first tick of this candle. And I was a little disappointed that I missed taking the profit on the 8 candle. I missed it. This actually made a decent difference because my options were in the money. So the difference in profit between getting out here near the low and getting out here after the tick was, well, I didn't take all my profit, right? So I took half my profit. So let's say if I took all of my profit, this little difference right there, it looks small on these 10-minute candles, but in reality, that's 8.7 points on the S&P, and my options were in the money. So the difference between taking profit here and here was almost $1,000 in my portfolio, right? So, but it's still pretty good. I'll take it. So I got out right here because I saw the 9, and here's the best part. There was a 9 here. There was a 9 on the 1-hour chart. When this candle showed up, I'm just sitting here watching the 10-minute chart of the S&P 500 futures. And boom, the indicator is telling me that there is a 9 buy on the 1-hour scale. And I said, oh shit, that's not good. And then when this 5 candle popped and the 6 candle started trading above it, I almost took my profit right there. I almost did it. Almost. I almost pulled the trigger. And then I almost pulled the trigger at the top of the 7 candle. But I wanted to wait for that 9. But once this 8 candle closed the green, I took that profit right in the beginning of this 9 candle. Now, I didn't take all of my profit. I took half the profit on my trade. I'm leaving the other half on the table. And it looks like I made the right decision because right now we are higher than where I got out. Now, if we go higher, I am willing to put what I sold back to the short side. I'm also willing to take the stop loss on the rest of mine at the high, or I'm willing to just let this thing go down. Would I put my capital back in to the same short trade at, say, a lower price? The answer is yes, I am. If we consolidate here, and then tomorrow, after 10 a.m., not before, if after 10 a.m. we are going below this line, I will put the thing that I sold back in at a higher price because I don't really want it to go against me, right? I am still short the market, but I was too scared to be as short as I was. All the options are on the table, all of them. Anything goes. I can add what I sold back to my trade at the high. I can add what I sold back to my trade at the low, or I could just take the rest of my profit and not add that half back in. But I'm watching this line tomorrow, and I don't want to see this line crossed until at least 11 a.m. tomorrow. I don't want to see it crossed early in the morning. I don't, because then I'll be looking for a reversal. So let's see what happens. The other option is we cross this line pre-market, and then we go into this line at 10 a.m. And then I would be very interested in shorting at 10 a.m. That's my, somewhat mental plan going in. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'll figure it out tomorrow during market open. That's it. I remain short the market, and I am bearish in this market. Oil, God, let's talk about this disaster. So for oil, I'm just going to go to this. This is the CME current price of all the oil futures. The June delivery currently trades at $13.62. The July delivery currently trades at $20.76. That is contango. That is a very large contango. July versus August is much smaller contango. That's contango. So if you, for the companies that are looking to get oil delivered next month in June, sorry, a month and a half from now in June, they will pay $13.62 for a barrel of oil right now. The reason why this contango is so big, it's for multiple reasons. Has to do with interest rates, has to do with speculators, and it has to do with supply and demand. It's a lot of reasons for this. It's not very simple. The biggest reason is no one wants oil in June. No one needs it. No one wants it. Everyone's got a shit ton of oil in June. Okay? Look at the volume. Now, this is speculators. Most people speculate and trade to make money in the most liquid contract. This is also pretty liquid. And for some reason, the December oil is more liquid than all the rest. So that's kind of interesting. Well, the August is a little more liquid. So nobody wants this. I think this can go negative. I think it can go negative next week. Nobody wants it. It can go negative. Okay. By the way, I don't trade the first 10 minutes of market open. Some of the best traders I used to know would only trade in the first 30 minutes of market open. It's a very specialized skill set. Gap trading is incredibly lucrative if you can do it properly. I'm telling you, I know people that will never take on a trade after noon. So their trading window is 2.5 hours and they're done. 10 a.m., sorry, 9:30 a.m. to noon, and mostly between 9:30 and 10 a.m. And they're done. They're done with their day. They're going to the gym. They're hanging out. They're day traders though. Very, very specialized skill set to trade 9:30 to 10 a.m. I don't do it. So now let's go to the oil price. Oh, we got to talk about Tesla. So this candle here is the May delivery oil, and this candle is the June delivery oil. And that's why you have this ridiculous gap. Okay. And this 9 doesn't really matter. I mean, this whole thing is kind of screwed up. I almost want to look at a USO because it's way cleaner. Let's just take a look at this. This is the 10-year note future. Wow. Wow. I love it. Beautiful cup and handle right at the top. But here's your problem. You had a 9 sell. You had a 9 sell. And guess what's coming? But here, here's the worst part, right? The weekly is on an 8, coming up on a 9 next week. So as beautiful as the chart pattern looks, the daily and weekly sequential are about to line up. You are about to get a 9. This is already Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're going to have a 9 sell on a Friday with a 9 sell the following Monday on a weekly scale. That scares me. So you have a major conflict between the sequential telling you you're topping and the cup and handle telling you it's going to shoot up to the moon. I don't know. I'm not going to pick sides as to which indicator is going to be right. They're both pretty high up on my trading hierarchy. So I would not trade this. What about the bond? Same. Waiting for the multi-time frame. Only on a 6. Not as bullet, not as toppy, but I would stay away from it. Oh, guys, I'm tired and I have so much work to still do, unfortunately. I don't know if I can keep this video much longer. We're just going to talk about Tesla. I don't know if I can get to your questions. Days have been really, really long. And I still got to... I might drop these videos to one a day. It's too much. It's too much. All right, I'm just going to look at Tesla. I'm not going to look at anything else. So Tesla had a beautiful top with a 9, 1 candle off. And I had my unhedged straight up short in Tesla. But I had a big problem to deal with. My problem is that my options were expiring this Friday. I had very little time. And the different, and I could not take a chance on holding those options into tomorrow unless the price of Tesla was below 700. But I also didn't want to risk it. So when Tesla shot up and closed this gap, and not only closed the gap, but it went really, really high into 753. This created a pretty substantial loss in my Tesla trade because it was so highly leveraged with option expiration coming up so soon. And thank God my rule of not trading before 10 a.m. Saved me, because this was the candle that ended at 10 a.m. and this was the candle that started at 10 a.m. And this candle dropped quickly. And I had confidence once again that my trade could be profitable. And in order for that trade to be profitable, I needed it below $730. And the 10-minute candle that got me below $730 was a 10-minute 9 buy. And therefore, I took the profit on my Tesla trade. As much as it pains me to say, I took the profit at $715. Actually, literally right as that candle ended. So when I saw this candle start to rise, I took the profit like right here. It would have been this candle. I wasn't really watching the 10-minute candles that closely, but I knew there was a 9. So I took my profit right here. And actually, I'm going to zoom into the 1-minute candle to show you what happened. It's an educational channel, so let's look at that blue line. It's the 1-minute candle. I was in the options, so I don't really know. I'm just estimating where the price was. I took the profit on this trade somewhere over here. I didn't even know there was a 1-minute 9. But somewhere here in the 1716, and I even put a message down. Like I could, here, hold on. Just to show you, I'm not bullshitting. Look, this channel prides on one thing, and that's no bullshit and honesty. So I'm scrolling back. What time was this? When was this candle? So this was the 10:49 candle. 10 a.m., 10 hour, 10:49 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to go to around 1040 or so. I'll even grab the timestamps. I don't want to dox people's names. Crap. Okay, no, it's not that bad. Give me 1 second. Let me do this real quick. God, dead air sucks, I know. But this will be fast. Boom. 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 Just want to cut out the names and pictures. Yep, I can show this. So here's from Telegram. Can I just paste that there? I can't. Oh, I can't do that either. What do I do? Oh, you know what? I'm just going to utilize my Telegram chat group. I don't want to like save unnecessary pictures. So I can paste it in there, and now I can pull it out. Boom, done. There. Easy. Close. All right, there it is. Okay. So USO went down. They put a halt on USO so no one could trade it. So I sent a message, 1038, USO trading. And then I said, I'm taking the exit on Tesla around 716, 1049, 14 seconds. And then literally 40 seconds later, out. And then I write, if the option was not expiring this Friday, I would have held. And that was my mistake. My biggest mistake in the Tesla trade is I did not buy enough time. I didn't give myself enough time. So I got out of that trade on one of these two candles. If this candle is the 1050 candle, then I got out on this candle at 1049 at 716. And right here, that was a big move against me. And I was like, wow, that was the best exit ever. And then 5 minutes later, god damn. So I do not ever regret getting out of profitable trades. But I will, however, and I wrote that in my group as well, that, hey, any trade is a good trade. Trading is incredibly hard. Anytime you have profit on a trade that you had huge potential of losing because, like an idiot, I didn't have any more time left in those options. And if you're an options trader, you understand. But right here at the low, obviously, I'm not going to sell at the low. But at the low, that trade that I exited could have made me 4 times more money. That was the difference. This additional, whatever it was, 6% move would have been 5x added to my profit. And my profit wasn't that big. I mean, it was okay. But that profit would have been 5 times bigger at the low. And right now, we're not that far from that low. Let's go back to the 10-minute chart. We're not that far from that low. Not that far. Not that far at all. We're actually right near it. So, but I would lose premium on that option with time. But yeah, disappointing. But hey, you know, I'll take it. I sold the calls right there. And I sold the puts right here. And the calls were not in the money, but they were close. The puts were in the money. Okay. Do I have any more tipped questions? Other than that, I'm going to call it a day. Look, I don't know why the market reverses at 10 a.m. more often than it doesn't, but I used to trade that for a living. I don't know why. I don't care why. It didn't matter to me. Tone, do you believe that Bitcoin and S&P will remain highly correlated for the foreseeable future? The equity market most likely has more downside. I don't believe that. And I talked about it in recent videos. I believe Bitcoin is going to be seen more as a safe haven asset starting later this year. You know what? I'm just going to take a look at Nifty and I'm going to take a look at the Australian stock market. I can't look at individual stocks, guys. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Sup, everything Star Wars. I got to come on your channel and we'll argue Star Wars one day. So I'm going to take a look at Australia and the Nifty. So let's go to Nifty. 10-minute chart's not useful. Let's go to the daily. Wow, Nifty did not rebound like the S&P 500 rebounded. That is not very strong. This is not looking good. That is a bad looking 9 on the daily. Beautiful weekly 9 buy. And how many weeks has it been? You have ended your 1 to 4 week correction. So I believe the Nifty is in trouble. I think that the Nifty could go and make new lows. The US markets may not. What's going on? The US markets may not make new lows. How much did you fall? Whoa, you fell 40%. That's bad. That's not a good looking weekly candle. And I would not, well, I'm bearish all markets right now. This shutdown is very bad for all economies. So not good at all. Not good at all. And let's take a look at Australia. Where is it? That's Europe. Oh, here they are. XJO, XAO. I gotta dump one of them. So this is the 200, and what is this? Oh, this is everything. I'm gonna go with the 200. I like it better. They're identical. I don't see any difference between this and the Nifty. So looks bad. Weekly chart didn't get you to a 9, but it tops on a 9. Wow, look at that. Weekly 13, then a 9, and boom. There goes Australia. And not good. Not good at all. It looks terrible. Look, the S&P was the biggest bounce. These things barely bounced. What do the Fibonacci's look like? This looks bad. That looks like the 38% Fibonacci line to me. Oh, look at that. Wow. Look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. If you use the body instead of the... Let's be consistent. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Doesn't get better. The TA doesn't get better than that. 38%. This is how markets generally bottom. You see, the US market made it to here, made it about halfway between 50 and 62. Australia, ooh, not good. Not good. Amazon bearish or bullish? Probably bearish. Amazon has to be bearish. It hit a 9. It's bearish. Everything is bearish right now. Maybe, I don't know, companies like Zoom, maybe, I don't know, could still be bullish, but that's a 9. That's bearish. Earnings are coming. Like, it's going to be hard to beat earnings when your stock is so high up. I'm bearish. I would never hold Amazon through earnings unless I'm playing the earnings strategy, which I actually teach during my options course. Until my old trading partner kills me for it, but tells me to stop teaching him. Because he still trades them. How concerned are you about Tether? I'm not. I mean, I don't care. Bitcoin will be fine. Honey Badger doesn't care. I don't care about Tether. I don't. I think he can raise the price of Bitcoin if it implodes. Tone, do you believe some of the corporations are in trouble with selling their products and potentially heading to zero as oil did? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, of course. I think the economy is in trouble. The longer it stays shut down, the more trouble it's in. That's it. I'm calling it a day. We will take a look at markets in the morning, guys. Still have a lot of work to do. And you can support with the affiliate page. Please check it out. I still have to finish the options workshop for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And other than that, you have other on-demand videos you can purchase and watch, including Tyler Jenks's Hyperwaves. And come join us in Bali, first week of November, if this price tag is something that is reasonable for you. If not, this event's not for you guys. Talk to you all on the next one. Bye, y'all. All right, morning, everyone. Welcome to another pre-market edition of Market Pulse with your host, Tone Vays, where we're going to take a look at a bunch of charts. I just glanced across all the markets. Things are actually orderly and calm. Nothing's crashing. Nothing is FOMOing. So this is going to be a nice, calm day, relatively speaking, in the market, which we could use to reassess what may happen into the rest of the week and how to set up some positions. All right, let me pull out your live chat and we will get going from there. And there it is. Restarted my computer, so things should be moving a little bit faster. All right. All right, let's go screen share. Once again, as I usually do, I like to take a look at the big picture of Bitcoin. I don't think this chart is ever going to change for the next 9 months, so not sure exactly why I'm looking at it, but there are new viewers coming in every now and then. I am on a mission to get to 100,000 subscribers. You can probably see by my title that I'm trying to reach that milestone, and I really want to reach it this year. I think I can do it. But you can help me out by subscribing, by hitting the subscribe button to help me get to 100,000 subscribers. I'm almost there, about a little over 7,000 to go. Okay. Let's look at our weekly chart. We are midway through the week. Today's Wednesday, and this is not helping us at all. We bounce back up a tiny little bit, and we remain in this no trade zone on a weekly chart. Let's not spend too much time on it. Bitcoin has been somewhat boring, so unless you are trading the very small time frames, It's not really that interesting to me. I'm waiting. I redrew my triangle last night. This is the new version of the triangle. Into the most bullish case I possibly could. Now, we also have the BitMEX funding rate, which is starting to favor the bulls, but it's getting close to that zero line again. So consolidation is good. I like consolidation. Consolidation leads to massive breakout. It creates this pin-up coiled demand. I got a good question. What are my thoughts on the uptick rule? Good question. I'm going to think about that one. I can make the argument both sides. Okay, so right here, I went through the oscillators last video, so check that out. It's a new triangle. It's a better triangle, honestly, because this was an unusual move. Markets don't usually crash like this. It's not natural. This is much more natural. And I would love for this to actually come and hit the bottom of the triangle one more time, mostly so I can add more GBTC shares to my position or pick up some more HODL, either way. So I am still leaning bullish on Bitcoin, and I still want to see the full breakout. The breakout that took place over here didn't do it for me. So I want to see a much better, cleaner breakout. And hopefully, you know, we are going to reach where am I putting this here? So the breakout level, I'm going to slide this over. I don't think it's going to break out this soon. Maybe in May, maybe right before the halving, one more halving pump. I can see it. I can see one more halving pump right towards the end of this triangle. Boom. I don't think we're going to reach 10K. Can we get to 9K? Well, let's see. We have to go back to the weekly chart to see, can we reach 9K if we break out in early May? So here is, let's say, the week of May 11th. Where is this line? $9,400. And the week before? Around 95. So yeah, we can do it. It's possible. I'm going to remain leaning bullish in this market, but the TA tells me not to trade. I am in neutral zone on weekly, and I'm still on a red 3 on the daily, and nothing has gone below the other. So no trade zone, weekly and daily. I'm going to stay away. The 4-hour chart is not like, I'm not trading this. This isn't good, and this is terrible. Horrible, horrendous. Wow, when was the last time the CMF was this bad? You got to go all the way back to the crash in early March. So that's not a good sign. That's a very bearish sign. So I'm going to stay away from Bitcoin. I have no interest in trading it. I'd rather trade something like gold, which we'll get to in a minute. Let's get to it now. Damn it, I missed my trade. Son of a... Missed it. Missed it. Sucks. Missed it. This is the downside of not trading futures markets anymore and only trading in the equity markets, because you only have a 7-hour window to trade. When I looked at this chart 20 minutes ago, I was going to say, hey, I'm going to buy into gold at market open. And boom, never got a chance. Okay, never got a chance. Because when I looked at it earlier, it was right here. This is my green line. This was the green line that I wanted to go long gold. I mentioned it yesterday. The break of these highs. And I even lowered it a little bit to get a slight edge on the trade. And boom, I missed my trade because the market doesn't open for 23 more minutes. And when I looked at this chart earlier today, this morning, we were below that green line. And I was really looking forward to setting up a trade at market open to go long gold as it broke this line during opening hours. And unfortunately, I'm not going to get the chance to do it because I'm not going to chase. So even if gold goes to $8,000 tomorrow, I will not be in the trade because I am not going to FOMO in. That's not how I trade. There's nothing wrong with that kind of trading. You can FOMO in. I'm not going to FOMO in. I'm going to go and find other trading opportunities. All right. Oh, my bad. I'm muted. My bad. So I totally missed the trade. I'm not going to chase. I will not chase this market. So my option is my option is to wait for a pullback, but then I no longer like the trade. No, I no longer like the trade if I wait for a pullback. I wanted to buy the breakout. So I don't know. My other option is to go into silver because silver did not pump with gold. So can silver make up for it? Can silver be the lagger to the gold trade? And the answer is maybe, but I don't trade on maybe. I only trade on good trading setups and opportunities. And gold had a great trading opportunity as it broke the green line. In fact, this is where the gold trade should have been entered. And this is where maybe you could have added to that trade if you didn't go too big over here. But I'm not going to chase. Not how I trade. So I'll wait till 10 a.m. and I will reassess the gold position. And I don't want to chase gold with silver. I don't want to. Maybe I will. I don't know. But at this point, I feel like I missed my gold trade. Doesn't feel like a lot, but 1715 up to 1734 makes a difference. Difference to me, principle too. Oil is interesting. Oil is interesting. What is this? Amazon. Nah. So I'm going to go to USO. I heard something about the oil ETF having some problems. Did they like screw up? Did they mismanage the ETF? I don't know what they did. It feels like no one, all of a sudden, people that are supposed to know what they're doing don't know what they're doing. So did these guys mismanage the ETF and it got, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened. So I always like this one, I know USO is all screwed up because of the way they do. I know this one is all screwed up because of the way they balance it. But here's what interests me. What interests me is the 9 coming today, but the weekly 9 is still not there. So do I risk buying into the CTF? Right here, it went down to $2.30, maybe even lower. And right now it's at 280. Remember what I said 2 days ago? I'm interested in this below 250, but I'm going to enter it in a very hedged way. So I will consider it today. I'll wait till 10 a.m. and then I'll make my decisions. Probably a little later at 10 a.m. I also I'm not going to enter any stocks because I'm spending the rest of my day prepping for the options workshop. So the only thing I would enter is gold and oil. I only want to enter like major. I don't want to enter single names. I don't even want to enter like stock ETFs. I only want to enter commodities if they give me good setups, and I want to deal with the S&P. I am still short in the S&P, but not as short because I got out. I got out half. I took half my profit on a trade. I went short here. That's where I went short. I got out with half my profit right here at the low. I would have been interested in doubling down that trade here. But now I'm doubling down, meaning going back to my original position size. But now I am interested in doubling down. Oh, guess what's coming? Guess what's coming at 10 a.m.? A 9 sell in the futures market. There's a 9 right there. There's a 9 right there. And this is the 910 candle. So 7 is going to be the 920 candle. 8 is going to be the opening candle. And 9 is going to be the candle that ends 10 minutes before 10 a.m. And that makes me very, very interested in potentially putting the half of my trade that I sold for profit right here back into that trade, because I am still bearish the overall market. I am bearish the overall market. This gap could close, and I'm prepared for that. Because remember, I entered my trade up here. So I still got plenty of room. And even the other half that I didn't sell is still profitable. I wasn't confident that we're not going to crash this morning, so I couldn't sell the whole thing. But I sold half, and I can put that half back in. So I'm going to be watching that very carefully. All right, I got a bunch of good questions. I don't know if I can get to all of them. It's too many questions. What are your thoughts on the uptick rule, if any, should have been implemented in 2008 and during Corona, like some other countries, have to prevent market collapse? I don't really mind the uptick rule. So here's what the uptick rule says. In order for you to short a stock, or in order for you to short a stock, you need an uptick. You can't short a stock on a downtick. And I kind of like it. It prevents like additional waterfall crashes. What I don't like is, here's what I don't like. I don't like a ban on short selling. So I think a ban on short selling is very dangerous. I think short sellers are the reason why markets eventually bottom, because they take their profit. Short sellers become the only buyers when the market falls far enough. But if you prevent short sellers from taking on short positions, there is absolutely nobody to buy this shit after it crashes far enough. So I am against all bans on shorts, but I don't mind the uptick rule. It just means there has to be somewhat of an orderly market to take on a short trade. So that's kind of my view. If Bitcoin holds the 50-day moving average here, is that all you need to be intermediate term bullish? How important is the 50-day moving average? I don't know how important the 50-day moving average is. It's hard for, I don't know why this happens. I don't know what other tab modified it. Anyway, here's the orange is the 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is falling really fast. So holding the 50-day moving average here is not important at all, because the 50-day moving average can hold it again at a way lower price, and it's still the same thing. And the blue, oh, I'm sorry, the blue is the 50. My bad. Wait, no, the blue is the 200. The blue is the 21. Why do I have 21? Should be 200. I remember why I have 21. There, that's way better. I was wondering, I thought there was a double moving average there. So no, holding the 50-day moving average when it's falling so quickly is not important to me at all. In fact, I don't care that 50-day moving average is even there because of how fast it's falling. It was important as a rejection, but now that we're above it and it's not trending up, it's not important at all. What's important to me is this triangle and the sequential. And I will be intermediate term bullish when we're breaking out above the triangle at 72.50. Until then, I'm neutral. Okay, good question though. All right, let's see. We got about 7 minutes and I got about 6 questions. Do you believe the country should reopen as soon as possible? Yes, 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 yes. I don't know how many times I can say it. Country needs to reopen tomorrow. It has to reopen tomorrow. or the economic collapse could be very, very bad. It can reopen in a conservative way, okay? You can say, hey, if you're over 60 years old, stay home for a little while longer. If you know you're not in good health, stay home a little while longer. But if you're in good health and you have a mask and you can take precautions and you have some gloves, open your business. It should have never been closed to begin with. You should have just like cautioned that Florida didn't shut down. Sweden didn't shut down. Just like be careful. If you can work from home, work from home. If you can't work from home, or if you can work from home 3 days a week, come into the office the other 2 days so that a quarter of your office is in the office at any given time. Just minimize the contact and educate people on how to, take precaution, wash your hands, don't shake hands for a little while. Like, just be cautious. Do you believe the measures that were took in handling the global economy were overdone? Well, yes and no, right? Some things were overdone, some things were underdone, right? Like telling people that masks don't help is insane. It's let me not mention certain organizations, not to get my YouTube channel banned, but certain things were underdone and certain things were overdone. Do you take an oil trade during the recent madness? Only if it's a good trade. If you were companies or USO, I'm too busy to manage. And so it's just easier for me. Which is a greater opportunity? I have no look. Do you believe non-KYC exchanges like BitMax, Bybit, Deribit, etc. are here to stay, or will these eventually go away with the dinosaurs? I don't believe they will go away. I think they run somewhat good businesses or pretty good businesses. However, I don't think the non-KYC part is going to last. I think eventually, if these businesses want to stay in operation, they will have to abide with all KYC rules. So eventually, they'll just be KYC'd, and then their advantage of being non-KYC'd will go away. But I can see them sticking around. I can see BitMax still being popular, even as a KYC'd exchange. When are you going to rank the produce in your list of natural defense foods and publish some for your thoughts? I wish I had the time for that, guys. I really do. I wish I could take like a year break and do some more nutrition research, maybe take a 2-year break and go get my master's in nutrition. That is something on my bucket list. Going back to college, making fun of the 20-year-olds and all the vegans as I get my master's in nutrition. It's on my bucket list. I would like to do it before I retire. I would like to do it before I hit 50, but we'll see. Thoughts on the Bank of America piece they published with their $3,000 gold price? I haven't read it. I think gold can go to 3,000. I don't think gold will go above 5,000. So somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 is going to be the top. Tone, can you try to interview Martin Armstrong? The effort it will take for me to get Martin Armstrong is potentially not worth it. I just can't be going back and forth on emails. Like, I hit up a few people I really wanted to interview, and I don't want to really say names. And it takes a lot of back and forth, and I just have so much to do, and I just like say, you know what, I don't really care. Like, I don't care. Thoughts on Martin Armstrong letter to Donald Trump? I liked it. I read both of those letters that he wrote. I don't know if Trump ever saw them. Look, I agree with Martin that the economy should never have been shut down, but I also disagree with Martin that this virus is not dangerous and is just like the common flu. It's not just like the common flu because your probability of dying from this virus is significantly higher than the common flu. It's just that more people get the common flu. I know this virus is dangerous. I know people that have it or had it, and I know people that got incredibly sick from it. Incredibly sick. And no, I think he's underestimating how lethal the virus is. But at the same time, he's right. The economy should not have been shut down, and it should have been handled better. The Bitcoin Fund, the 80-page paper is right. Sorry, the 80-page paper is right here. Unfortunately, 83 pages. I don't know when I'm going to read it. I have read absolutely zero. I read this. This is as far as I got in the Bitcoin Fund paper. I wish the Bitcoin Fund had given me something like this, because I think I am smart enough to fully understand what the hell is going on in your investment vehicle with a 2-pager, just like the USO did. And just by reading this, I became 100 times more aware of what the hell the USO does. So I wish the Bitcoin Fund would give me something like this, and then I can analyze it real quick. But unfortunately, I have to read 83 pages. I don't remember the last time I've ever read 83 pages. It's been at least, I think the last document that I read that was half as long as this was the Steemit white paper. And it was the biggest piece of garbage I have ever read in my life. It was such a scam that, and I tweeted out every page of it, and I pointed out the scam on every single page. That was the last large document that I read. After reading the Steemit white paper, I knew that every white paper in the crypto space was basically a scam. And as far as I'm concerned, I've been right 100% of the time. All right, that's it for your questions. We can glance at SPX one more time before market opens. And I will be looking for that 10 a.m. Reversal today, 10, maybe 11. I feel like I missed my gold trade. It broke out above my entry line a little too early. Too bad. I don't think I'm going to chase it with silver. And I may or may not enter an oil trade. It will probably be on USO on a 9 today, but I know there is a 9 weekly coming. So I have to be very careful with the position size of that trade. I am teaching the options course. I'm teaching the options course this weekend. You will not see videos Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Probably not even Friday evening, because I'll be too busy last minute cramming to teach the options course. Please support with the affiliate page. If you're going to be trading or using VPNs or need a Bitcoin debit card or need to pay for a TradingView subscription. You can also check out the store and the merchandise that we have for sale. There it is. And I think that's it. All right, guys. That's it for me. You can come join us in Bali for one of the best financial conferences in the world. I'm gonna say it because that's how good it was. And I will see you all on the next one, probably tonight. We'll see. All right, bye guys. Good luck trading. Closing out with 1,000 viewers. Nice.